Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Attic to Basement Estate Cleanouts was lucky to work hard in over 800 homes in the Washington, D.C. area. One of the nicest ones was in Chevy Chase, Maryland. The two daughters called me in to empty the house where they had grown up. They wanted to keep a coat rack and a desk, and the rest went to Weschler's auction house. The family had traveled quite a bit and bought dolls depicting the costumes of the country. They also bought several Japanese dolls in kimonos, which were in plexiglass cases, but the antique clocks were the eye-catchers in my opinion. The house took 4 days to empty. The house was not messy, so we spent 1 day sorting through the main floor of the house and 2 days sorting the basement and garage. Junket Dump It came the third day to pick up the trash and take tools to Associated Auctioneers, as they had more people interested in buying tools at auction than Weschler's had at that time. New Mine Transfer came to take the items to the daughters. The final day, New Mine came back and took items to Weschler's to be auctioned. Take a look at the African masks, antique furniture, the clocks, the dolls, and the coffee grinders. The next house in Silver Spring, Maryland also had items from the owner's travels, but the furniture was mostly mid-century modern teak. I and my helper met a young attorney at the house at 9 in the morning and started work right away. Later that day, Junket Dump It came to take away trash from inside the house, and the second day we sorted the porch and the yard. On that day, I also took boxes of family photos and financial papers to the attorney's office in Bethesda. Later, we took carloads of items to charity. We went a week later to finish up in the morning and met Junket Dump It, who took the antlers, Chinese secretary, treadle sewing machine, stand, wood cask, and the dining table and chairs, among other things, to auction. The final house had a lot of interesting things in it, but it was very cluttered and very messy. It was in Kensington, Maryland, and took 7 days to empty after Thanksgiving. If I remember correctly, the son and his girlfriend had moved into the basement family room, and that was where most of the trash was picked up. Eviction proceedings had to be started before they would move out, after the father had died and the mother was put into a nursing home. Adult Protective Services had been called in. I had a list of items to set aside for the son, such as baseball cards, a diamond ring, a man's wedding band, a large Sony TV, a big green cabinet on the back porch, photographs, and small white houses made by his grandfather that were used as Christmas decorations. The attorney asked me to take down the carpets and rods throughout the house, but leave the window blinds up if they were not dirty or broken. I hired someone to do that. The first day, my helper and I worked on the first floor, sorting through all the cupboards and closets. The second day, we worked on the second floor of the house. The third day, we kept working at sorting the upper 2 floors of the house, and Junket Dump It came to take away the dozens of 30-gallon trash bags we had filled. On the fourth day, we started to sort through the full attic, basement, and porch. Junket Dump It came back and took away another full load of trash. The next day I worked all day sorting through a shed, while 2 of my helpers sorted through the basement and packed items for auction. Junket Dumpet filled 1.5 trucks with trash that day. The final day we kept packing and helped load 2 trucks with items that went to associated auctioneers. We sent sofas and marble-top tables, corner cupboards, and the dining room set, along with a rocker, jewelry, lamps, tools, a wooden wheel, convex mirror, a wheelchair, and a bike. The next day I went back in the morning to unlock the house and let the crew take down the drapery rods and pull up the carpets. Their charge for a full day's work of removing the rods and carpets was $1,285. Luckily, I worked with companies who would invoice the attorney and the estate directly. We took 4 carloads of items to charity and found $13.87 in change throughout the house, which offset just a little the $40 per charity trip that I charged my clients. I've included 11 photos from this house here. If you want to see more, please go to the Facebook page 800 Houses, 800 Jobs. I appreciate your watching. Please subscribe.